I want everyone in this room to do me a simple favor. When I count to 3, shout out the country that you are from. You ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The reason I say this is because there are so many different answers here. And it is the beauty of diversity. Think about it. If we do this little test just a century before everywhere else in the world, it's probably not a common thing to see so many different nationalities gathering in the same place. In fact, we are special. We are living in a globalized age, nothing like before. We are all inevitably part of this global community. Now, the question is the world going to get better because of this cultural diversity, or actually it's just getting worse? No matter which side you are on, we should be aware that culture has indeed both the constructive power and destructive power. And I truly believe only with the right global mindset and openness to the world, humanity can use culture to make the world a better place. But before I get there, let me start with my personal traveling story. I have an interest in traveling. Oh, in fact, I think everybody has an interest in traveling, don't you? My story began at the night that I told my dad about my dream. I said, "Dad, I want to travel around the world." And he replied, "Sure, son, where's your money?" As a business studies student, I try to use my business skills to negotiate a bit, so I try again. And this time I said, "Dad, I want to travel around Europe." Well, my dad is smarter than I thought, so that didn't work as well. But the good thing is, my passion in going traveling, to go outside my home city, Hong Kong, or to go outside Asia, didn't let this to stop me from finding a way to do it. In my first year of university, I have joined a youth-led organization called ISEC, which is an international exchange platform for young people. And luckily, I got a scholarship from my university to go on a cultural exchange trip. But I did something that sounds crazy. I went to Romania. And I participated in a voluntary project. At first, it didn't seem like a good place for Asians, and there's certainly a lot of cultural shocks to me. I still remember when I was walking down the streets, it's interesting to see that all the people walking beside me, I just draw their attention. I thought, maybe it's because I'm good looking, but the fact is, I was an alien for being different, for being Asian. And on the other way around, I feel insecure as well. Especially some of my friends told me something like this before my departure. They said, "Stay away from the children because they are gypsies and they will steal your wallet. Stay away from all the women because they are prostitutes. And stay away from the men because they are Dracula and they will chop off your head and drink your blood." My point here is, these are the fear, uncertainty, and stereotype individuals create when we don't really know much about the other nations. In fact, it's not only about Romania or about Hong Kong. It's about all the nations. The problem is we are living in a world that the speed of nations getting connected together is too fast. It's too fast that individuals don't even have enough time to learn or truly digest the other cultures before these countries get connected. What we do next is, therefore, we use news, social media, and history textbooks to fill in these gaps. Stereotype become a handy tool for us to learn about others' culture. I don't know since when we can only picture Arabic people are all terrorists, holding their guns and bombs, yelling. But we could never picture they are drinking a can of Coca-Cola, sitting in a restaurant just like us. I don't know since when we always picture African people are all sad and miserable or poor. And I certainly don't know since when people picture Asians are all good at mathematics. These are dangerous single stories that we think they are just a joke, but from time to time, they blind us. And they let us think we know a lot about the world. So there we go. This is what we did to try to make some changes at that time. This is the city center of Timișoara in Transylvania, in Romania, the city I lived in. And here are two of my friends from Hong Kong as well. We are having a booth there promoting Hong Kong and our culture. And these are truly first-hand cultural exchange experience that we try to learn all the things about each other that we could never learn on the news, social media, or history textbook. And even better, our project actually consists of 14 volunteers from 16 different countries. So actually, it was a truly exciting and fruitful multicultural exchange day for all of us there. And remember, it's just a small, mini global community in a small city, in a very small part of the world. If we can really spread this idea and have a global village campaign in every city in the world, we can really eliminate stereotype and eventually change the world. So after my trip, my project in Romania ends, I went backpacking as well in other European countries. And this is certainly a very rewarding experience for me. So after I go back to Hong Kong, I applied for an academic exchange to go overseas again. And well, this time my dad helped me a bit, to be fair. And don't worry about it, it's not too crazy this time. I went to Oxford, my first time to be in this country. I still remember on the first day I arrived, I was delighted, happy, and ready to register in this new school. And I saw this very nice, cheerful, and polite British old man who is ready to help me. We talked about the weather, about 5 minutes, until I told him, yeah, I'm here to register, you know. It usually takes 5 to 10 minutes to register and makes a new student card. But I took an hour. And at the very end of that hour, you saw the blood running through his face, and he became an angry British old man. The reason this happened is because of my name. This is my Chinese name, Fung. For the sake of those who don't speak Cantonese in this room, which I think is probably everyone, in English, it's pronounced as Fung. And Fung is my family name. And one tricky thing in Chinese is that we put our family name first before our first name, because it represents our family, and that's culturally important. But when you have a registration form that didn't specify which box you need to write your last name or which box you need to write your first name, I would just subconsciously wrote it in a Chinese way, Feng Shen Yi, instead of a Western way, which is the last column, Shen Yi Feng. Now, this explains why the angry old man got angry, because he needs to enter my data again, and he needs to make a new student card for me. But after this, I keep reflecting on myself. Actually, who to blame? Me? The angry old man? the application form? Or it's just the differences between cultures that we should accept and learn to adapt? When it comes to name and cultures, there's one more story it's even more interesting I need to share with you. So this is my English name, and during these last 3 years, I went backpacking around 10 other European countries, and I love meeting new friends. But whenever I meet new friends, this happens to me. When I introduce myself, I was like, "Hi, I'm Freeman." Or sometimes I would say, "Hi, my name is Freedom," in case you want to find me on Facebook, you know. But it's interesting to see that when I tell people, "Hi, my name is Freeman," what immediately comes next is, they will ask, "Oh, Freeman, what's your real name?" I was like, "What? I just told you, dude. You think I'm lying?" Oh, and then I realized they're asking about my Chinese name. It's even more interesting that sometimes people try so hard to memorize my Chinese name because they think if they cannot pronounce it, I will feel offended. And this is exactly a cultural misperception. Maybe some of you know that Hong Kong was developed from a British colony, so we have been living under a mix of Western and Asian cultures. And in fact, when we born, we have both English name and Chinese name, and they are real. But the interesting thing is, not too many people know about it. They don't really know about, in our daily lives in Hong Kong, we usually use English name or nickname to address each other. And to a certain extent, when you call someone in their full Chinese name, it represents authority as well. Meaning, those who really use my Chinese name to address me are my parents. And whenever I heard someone shouting my Chinese name, "Fung Yi," I know I'm in trouble. The reason I talk about name is because I want to show you we think we know a lot about others' culture, but we don't. We think we know a lot about others' culture, but we don't. Name is just a very small part when it comes to language and culture. But as a matter of fact, every nation has its own unique naming traditions for their people. And it's not only about Chinese name, English name, or the Hong Kong culture of using names. It's about every kind of name, including yours. It could be a German name, a Brazilian name, an Indian name. The list could go on. But my point is, the differences always exist, right? Yet, what we can see here is what the people call the clash of civilizations. For those who is the first time heard of this term, the clash of civilizations means it's a belief or a theory that culture is identified as a major source of conflicts in our new world, in the global community. So, what's the solution? There are certainly a lot of great TED and TEDx talk online delivered by social entrepreneurs who said we can have a world citizenship project or setting up a new global NGO so that people can have more, so that it can facilitate the cultural exchange of people. But sometimes I just think, as a generation Y like me, who don't have the social status or power or money yet, what can I do? Think about it. Most of us are students here today. We are still worrying about our student loan. We're still worrying about how to find a job. We're still worrying about how to find a girlfriend. Damn it, final year already. But aren't these big world projects just a bit too far from us? So equally important, what we as individuals do to help solving the problem is to change our mindset. And I'd call this the global mindset of reverse clash of civilizations. And we use cultures as the source of achieving world peace and harmony instead of conflicts. To do this, there's certainly a need for us to rewire our mental mindset when learning about others' culture. There's certainly a need for us not to make assumptions, but to freely open up to other worldviews. There's certainly a need for us to step out of our comfort zone and to go travel. Before I end my talk, I would like to share with you this Confucian quote. It says, 天下興亡，匹夫有責. In English, it roughly means rise and fall of the world rests with every single man. Well, it says man here, but in the Chinese original translation, it refers to the general population that concerns everyone. So just thought, ladies, you're not going to escape as well. This expression tells us that every single individual actually bears equal responsibility in order to make a change to the world, which means everybody in this room have the power to provoke change. And we should not wait for the others to do it. We should do it by ourselves. And imagine, we could have a place where stereotype and racism do not exist anymore. We could have a place where there are no more national boundaries when traveling. We could have a place where all the people embrace the beauty of diversity and live as one united global community. Doesn't it sound like a world that we all want to live in? Thank you.